My name is Steve Akins. I'm with Dieter Mössner of the Schubert Group out of Germany. Dieter, can you please tell me what is the Schubert Group and what are you doing and how are you impacting the pet food industry?
Well, Steve, thank you very much for having the chance to talk to you and to the Petfood Forum, and also having the chance to speak on that occasion in Nuremberg, which is quite exciting. So Schubert is producing robot-controlled packaging machinery. So we more or less, if I may visualize this just in one slide, we are like building machines like the human being. This means we use vision control system, which is our eyes. We use tools and arms, and there we pick products and put them into packaging on a very, very top level scale. And personally, I'm in the packaging industry now for 25 years. I work at Schubert as a global key account manager. I had chaired international packaging standardization groups and also chaired for 8 years the Packaging Standards Committee at the German Standards Institute, DIN. And I'm happy to be part of the speakers panel on the Petfood Forum Europe, 23rd of May this year, and happy to connect with you.
Yes, Petfood Forum Europe is the 23rd of May, co-located at the same venue as Interzoo. Interzoo is at the Nuremberg Messe in Nuremberg, Germany. It's the largest pet industry exhibition in the world, and we're proud to have you as a speaker at Petfood Forum Europe, Dieter. So thank you very much for accepting our invitation. And that's really what I wanted to talk to you about. Your discussion. Can you please reveal what the topic of your discussion is going to be at Petfood Forum Europe?
Also, the topic is to look into mixed pack and multi-pack packaging for pet food combined with sustainability. So it's like a three-angle challenge to meet the demands of the market, of logistics and production on one side, to meet the demands of the end consumer, of the buyer, sustainability, and to meet the demands of the changing logistic and distribution channels. So I'll cover all three aspects in this speech and also will showcase some technical, logistical, and organizational solutions from a practical point of view to break it down really to the level of the pet food product and the pet food packaging. And as you see in this short overview, there are many, many different pet food products and packaging. So it's a huge field of activity.
That it is. It's packaging is the thing that the consumer sees, when they're buying a pet food for their furry friend, let's call it.
Yeah, yeah.
So one of the questions I have for you is, how has the pandemic reshaped pet food consumer decisions, especially regarding sustainability in pet food packaging?
As overall, the demand for pet food has increased globally as an, let's say, more or less an extreme ramp up. So just the figures for Germany, every second household has a pet now. Households with children, 2/3 of them have pets in their household. So the overall demand has extremely increased due to the COVID situation. The people were at home, they could not travel, they could not go shopping, they could not go out for dining or events, and they were more or less reinventing the love to the pet food. That's one thing. So the overall demand on all pet food segments, majority being for dogs, and but almost the other majority, half of it is for cats, and also the segments, the majority being the wet pet care and also dry pet care, have increased globally. That's number one. Mm-hmm. Second was the need for automation. So working in the pet food environment and working in a pet food company requires machines to be running. So if they had the effect of the pandemic led that workers could not work because they were with COVID or they were quarantined, so the jobs could not be produced in a time when the overall demand was booming and the market was demanding. So that was a third thing. And the second thing and the third thing was the change from fixed retail to e-commerce, moving from fixed retail to e-commerce because people could not shop, yeah, because they were in the lockdown, shops were
Quarantined.
closed,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
quarantined. And second, the demand, what do you do? A long line with people having home office, equipping themselves with laptops, with iPads, etc., and being the only channel to order the new friends food, yeah, via e-commerce.
Great answer. Yeah, thank you so much. Um, what trends are you seeing that are emerging for pet food packaging in Europe post-pandemic? Because we are getting into a more of an endemic stage uh, of the pandemic. So what are the trends you're seeing that are emerging in pet food packaging in Europe specifically?
In Europe specifically, but also I would say globally, there are, let's say, trends. One is the individualization of flavors, of mixtures, of recipes. You have more flavors, you have more SKUs, you have more market individual specific needs. So flavors, presentations, recipes almost are country or regional specific. This will increase the overall number of SKUs to be produced and will increase, of course, the number of packagings, as different varieties, different labels, different presentations. Yeah. And secondly, in production, it will reduce the average volume of a lot. So you will have more changeovers in production simply to meet customers' demands. That's one trend. The second trend is to have the humanization of the new family member. The pet in the family is seen really as a family member. What does that mean? The quality of the pet food has to be improved. So people who are buying food for their family members buy high quality food. This high quality food has to be packed in very, let's say, good looking presentations, very high class packaging. And the familization of the family member pet of the cat and the dog always goes up to things like vegan pet food. Some may laugh and guess and ask what is he talking about. But
Mhm.
the vegan ingredients, yeah, will become a substantial portion and will grow in the manufacturing. A third one is, also there are, let's say, trends which are conflicting. Some say the trend is to bigger portions, to bigger packages. If you go in a store, you find dry pet care up to 8 kilogram big bags, simply
Mhm.
because when people order it, either physically or via retail, they want to order one time and they want to take it home with them. But on the other side, you have to have the packaging open and resealable. Yeah, because if you open a can and then you put it into the in your kitchen area, then it smells after some time. So the resellable, resealable, reclosable packaging is a market demand. Pouches or more general flexible packaging are considered to be high quality, have very good barrier elements, and also appear to be trendy. So especially for the generation Z, so the younger generations, the borns 1997 and later, yeah, they have another environmental attitude, of course, but
Mhm.
they consider the flexible packaging, let's say the example of the pouch, as being more trendy, more young, fashioned, more dynamic. And what does that mean? You have to look for laminates, for films, yeah, to
Mhm.
make this packaging also in a environmental friendly, sustainable approach. And then I just hit the name because you asked sustainability is a driver. In Europe, you have the Packaging and Packaging Waste Directive on the 28 EU member countries or 27 EU member countries who require by 2025 to have plastic packaging to be recycled by 85%. Today, the portion is like 50, only half of it. So that's a target where the industry is looking for to be CO2 neutral, to reduce environmental impact. And that's also looking for recyclable material to put recycle schemes in that. Also that's only, let's say, four trends, yeah, which are coming to my mind right now. But also trends, if we look at items of premium packaging, which I already mentioned. So this has to be fancy, high quality looking, meaning finishing techniques, varnishing, appearance, graphics. Yeah. Look at pet food packaging or pet food products 5 or 10 years ago. If you look up the pictures in the internet and now go in a store, you know, the high class, very detailed photographs, the graphics. And this is not open. When you open the pack, yeah, the meat, the food has to be looking, you know, similar to the one on the outside of the pack. So it has to be used colorful, really tasty, and that's also from a selling point of view. If the customer is happy because his pet is happy, then he will rebuy it.
That's what I always tell people about pet food. My friends who are not in the industry, the consumer is buying the pet food, not the pet. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there has to be an allure, you know, for the consumer. Um, what opportunities should pet food manufacturers address for growth in the next 12 to 18 months?
Also clear, they have to let's say to adapt to these market needs. What does that mean? Production has to be flexible. Also if I just may make an example, you have every day, every week, new market demands. Also coming from new recipes who are done. And I think the Pet Food Forum and the Pet Food Magazine is also leading this with articles, you know, about pet food production, about new pet food recipes, to be developed. Yeah. So this means the market is looking for more variants, for more flavors. So you have to adapt to this flexibility. The second thing is, of course, the flexibility in the preparation, in meat preparation, and in smaller batches, smaller runs, market specific. And if we go back just a couple of minutes before, to have retail, to have e-commerce as an example, if I may visualize that, if we have a pouch like this, flexible packaging, and we pack this into a multi-pack, which then would be turned into a paper film multi-pack. So that's one thing which you can buy and in retail. But if you think about putting 100 pouches into an order done over the internet, then the whole weight of the product alone is 8.5 kilograms. So you have to look about packaging and logistical instruments like this, where we put those 100 pouches in, and then the products are shipped in their own container. And consumers are sensitive to this environmental aspect. With all those online purchases, everybody is not happy when the online delivery is giving you always a corrugated big box with this small product in. Everybody is wondering, why shall I have this big packaging for only this small product? Yeah, because of transportation, safety, etc. So there has to be in the production and the logistic and the distribution innovative solutions how to deal with that, meaning how to maintain the same level of logistical optimization on a pallet, very short and efficient delivery, but at the same time reducing packaging, reducing the environmental impact. And those producers who have the goal to be CO2 neutral by 2025, and many of them have it, they will look after replacing components, which, if I may visualize that, just as an example, here we would have a plastic tray. So either this plastic tray for carrying wet tubs, yeah, will be recycled, rPET, or could be converted into a cardboard packaging, which serves the same function with regards to logistics and transportation, but has less environmental impact. And that is the important thing. The need for automation will continue. Pet food manufacturer will invest into their production capacities to meet market demands, to have the automation and to provide to the markets and their customers those bigger larging of or enlarged scope and variety of products.
Absolutely. Yep. Okay, a couple of fun questions for you, Dieter. What is your favorite meal or beverage to enjoy while you're in Nuremberg?
In Nuremberg, I will have some Franconian beer. And there is in Nuremberg there is this famous dish where you can purchase at the market. It is 3 fried sausages in a biscuit, yeah. And to be honest with you, I was studying in Nuremberg at the Nuremberg University. I was studying business economics, so I lived 5 years. And I'm quite familiar with the Franconian, let's say, food and beverage consume.
I will join you with that Franconian beer. I love that kind of beer. And won't late May be the time of year where they have the asparagus the white asparagus that's available?
Yeah, I think they have it throughout the year, but when we meet in May, that's a good season. That's a good season because
Yeah.
in Nuremberg you already, so outside of the fairground, you can go to the old town and the restaurants are open and a lot of of the life is taking place there out, and you can have a beer. While we stand and while we eat the 3 sausages, we can enjoy the sunshine.
Yep, absolutely. It's a beautiful city. What
Yeah.
do you most look forward to doing when you're in Nuremberg?
Yeah, while we are at the Petfood Forum and always also at the zoo exhibition, we will look and I will look to get into contact with our customers and the distributors and of course the end consumer, the buyers of pet food products, yeah, to look for their demands, for their need, what they have on things to be addressed and potentially and possibly delivering solutions to that. And in the evening, I will make connections with my old friends of my study times, yeah, and will enjoy with them a tour through the old town through the bars and restaurants, yeah.
Uh, I I enjoy Altstadt myself and plan to spend quite a bit of time there when we're not on the fairgrounds. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Dieter, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. Again, Dieter Mössner from Schubert Group will be one of our featured speakers at Pet Food Forum Europe, taking place on May 23rd at the Nuremberg Messe, which is the same venue as Interzoo, taking place May 24 through 27. So thank you very much for your time, Dieter.
Steve, thank you very much for having the chance to do this interview with you. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.